Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Wine with Me, and I'm gonna bring to you what I think is probably the coolest wine from the entire series that I'm gonna bring to you. These wines have a beautiful history, or an interesting history, and they also have AI labels, which means if you download the 19 Crimes app, you can actually hold your phone towards the label and it's going to read to you about the history of each wine that you're purchasing. The little inner geek in me just loves that. I think that it's very cool, it's very innovative, and that has nothing to do with the taste of the wine. It tastes amazing, it's delicious, but it's also like a interesting wine to like learn some history, because I definitely learned a lot in preparing for today's video. So now for the fun part, the wine tasting. Y'all know I live for this part, right? So it has a beautiful color, it has a beautiful taste, you get a very rich, beautiful taste when you drink this wine. You feel very adult. But even if you aren't somebody that is into drier wines, it's really hard not to be impressed by the fantastic marketing, which each label harboring a photo of an actual convicted criminal, and each cork labeled with one of the 19 crimes that you can get sent to Australia for. Okay, so now for the wine facts of this wine. This wine has 12 grams of sugar per liter, so it's definitely described as more of a dry wine than, especially in comparison to the ones that we were speaking about before. It is a blended wine, so you get hints of Shiraz and other grapes from southeastern Australia. So it is an Australian wine, and I guess you can kind of gather that given the history of the wines. It has 13% alcohol, and of course you get the same 750 liters in each bottle. This wine in almost any grocery. However, this price point is a little higher than the ones that I would have pointed out earlier. So this retails for about $150 to $170 depending on where you go to. So it's definitely a little pricey, but it's 100% Tammy approved. Like 19 Crimes Red Blend. It's the one with the guy that looks kind of grumpy at front. This dude. So thank you for joining me for another episode of Wine with Me, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye guys. So basically the history says 19 crimes turned criminals into colonists. Upon conviction, British rogues guilty of at least one of 19 crimes were sentenced to live in Australia rather than death. This punishment by transportation began in 1788, and many of the lawless died at sea. For the rough-hewn prisoners who made it to shore, a new world awaited. As prisoners in a frontier colony, they forged a new country and new lives brick by brick. This wine celebrates the rules they broke and the culture they built.